Hello, my name is Lanto. Welcome to my fourth Pandas tutorial for data analysis in Python programming language. So in the previous class, we've done so much in which we've introduced ourselves to Pandas library. Then we did some simple data analysis. Then from simple data analysis, we transition into detailed data analysis, in which we use we introduce ourselves to how to make detailed data analysis after we use a data set called the adult data set. So if I run through this code, I'll have what I had in the previous class. Okay, in this session, we will continue from where we stopped. We will be making a simple plot. We'll be making plots in Pandas tutorial. So as part of the data analysis, sometimes you might need to visualize your data, like making different kinds of plots, such as bar chart, pie chart, histogram. So if you want to make plots in Pandas, you can either make the plot from the data frame or from a series. We agree that we have a data set like this. And recall that this is an adult data set in which we have the age, the work type, the educational levels, and up to the earning of a particular adult here. So this data set describes if a particular data, if a particular adult earn more than $50,000 or below $50,000. You can see this is less than or equal to $50,000, and this is greater than $50,000. Okay, before we make this analysis, I want to simplify this data flow by just selecting just few columns. In this case, I'm going to select this male, the gender, so this can be found in column 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to use the iLock function to select column 9 if that will give me gender. Let's see the data set again. And I would also like to select the United States, which is this country type, which is this 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I run this now, I have 2 columns selected. Okay, let me put it inside the new list. So I have 2 columns selected. So that is how to select new columns. You can combine several columns together like this. Then let me select the last column as part of it, which is column 14. I'm also be interested to select the first column, which is the age. So I have a data frame of age, gender, country, and the earnings of an adult. So I'll call this a subset underscore data, which means this assignment is that this new data frame I've created has been stored into a new variable called subset data. If you have to see our subset data now, you have something like this. So to make my analysis simple, I want to rename these columns. Dot columns is equal to, these are to rename columns. I'm going to specify the first column to be age, the second column to be gender, the third column to be country, and the fourth column to be earnings. So I have something like this, subset underscore data. So this is my subset data. Okay, let's start with making our analysis. The first kind of analysis I'll be making is to create a new column to visualize let's try to visualize this age. So as I said earlier that you can either plot, make your plot from this column, from the data frame directly, or create a new series. I can point it at the age series, then I make my plot from here, or I make my plot from here directly. So the Pandas data frame has a particular method of plots that makes it easy for us to plot. So by just pointing it to a series, we can easily make a plot with that. So you see that subset data into age dot plots. This should produce a plot. So I get a lot of warnings. Let me try to run it again. So you can see this is the plot of our age. So with this, you can determine that age ranges from 20 to 90 in the data set, and these are for every record, starting from 0 record to the last record, which is about 32,560. Sometimes you might not like this kind of plot. You might want a much more detailed plot that will show the distribution of data. Then I can provide the kind of plot I would like. I can see that the kind keyword here allows me to provide the kinds of plot. I can specify that I want a scatter plot instead of the line plots. Okay, plot kind scatter can only be used for data frame. Okay, this particular plot function only allows for data frame. So let's try to point it at scatter like this. If we are going to get the plots, okay, this needs 2 arguments instead. Okay, so I'm not going to plot the scatter plot again because it requires some other kinds of arguments. So instead of doing this, I'm going to point it at a kind of histogram, which is HIST. So this will give me the plot directly. Why we got error the other time is that one, the first kind of plot we are trying to access should be used with a data frame. Then in the other part, the scatter, I have to specify 2 arguments to point it at that scatter plot. So you can see this histogram plot is able to visualize the frequency of each data values in the in our data age. This age. So you see that we have 20 description of 20 is about 5,000 plus. Then we have a age range of 40 to 50, between 40 and about 45 or so, having the highest distribution. So you can see something like this. This makes it easy for us to analyze. Okay, let's now look at another data attribute. This time I'm going to point it at the keyword called gender. So we make a new keyword which is gender. I have to check this to make sure that I provided it the right way. So for me to plot this description of gender, I have to convert my series this to a count. I want to count each values, like how many males and how many gender we have. Okay, so to do that, I can use the count, the value underscore count keyword. This is a method provided by every series also to count each values. So you can see I have this and I have this. This is going to give me a new series like this with the indexes of the series, which are the values in the series, and the value of those indexes having the numbers of counts of this value. So this means that we have 21,789 males for gender. We have 10,771 in the data set. So you can name this gender count. Gender count is equal to this. So with my gender count, then I can make a plot with it, dot plot. Then in this time, I would like to make something like a bar chart, if possible. So you can see I have a bar chart of male and female. Then I can change the color to something that might be much more nicer. In this case, I provided a color of red. So this color argument allows you to change the color. So another important thing is that when making your plot, it is most times you can put it in the matplotlib function. You can check my previous videos for matplotlib functions. Matplotlib plots. So I'll just use this to display it so I can get over this warning. Show. Get over the warning. Sometimes you might need to expand your plot. You can also do that with the PLT.figure size equal to 10,8. PLT.figure. So I have a very bigger plot now, which looks like this. So if you wish to set title, plot, labels, this PLT can also be used to do that. X label, XR, X label is gender, then PLT Y label is distribution distributions of values anyone we wish. So you get this, you can set title more this counter. So let's try to point out another keyword in our data set. This time I'll point at the country. So to see how countries are selected in my data set. So that's subset underscore data, subset underscore data, country. So you have something like this. So what you have to do is just use the value underscore counts to count it. Values underscore counts. Okay, let's see how we use it. There is a particular call function. You have to call it here. So you see, with the United States having so much, I think so much sample was made from the United States and only few from some other countries. Then we have this. You can see with this now, you can even know that there are some adults that didn't fill in the data set. They are missing record for that. Then you can wish to remove it. You can wish to remove this particular value from your data. So using with this data analysis, you can also determine where you need to clean your data in case you have some anomalies in your data set. So in this case, I'm going to call this one counts is equal to this. Then I'll have country counts, which is what I had previously, which is this. In this case, I can also make plot of this. Also make a pie chart. Let's try to make a pie chart instead. So this pie chart, it looks so rough because United States is taking a lot and we have so many other states, countries. So it's trying to manage them with this piece. You can see. So let's make a pie chart instead so that we can have it well space in between. So you have something like this. You understand that? So you can also make other matplotlib function to get over the warnings. So we're able to get over the warnings with the matplotlib function. Okay, so that's how you make plots in your pandas library, pandas for data analysis. So you can make different kinds of plots. If you want to point the plots directly to your if you want to point the plot directly to your data frame, then you say that subset underscore data. This is our data frame. So you can also make plots directly from here by just saying that the plot keyword. Then in this case, you have to specify your x point and your y point, and then the kind of plot you like to make. So if I have had all these kinds of plots, like okay, I think we're able to make gender bar chart, but in this case, we might not be so much sure about what we are trying to plot. But I'm going to try if after we can get any plot from the data frame directly. So I'm just going to specify my y. Let's try to see if I specify my y to be age. I have this one. Let's say I want a scatter plot. scatter will also take a 2 points, then I need two continuous values. So that is why it's quite confusing. Let me see if I have each. You can see I make the plots, but this doesn't make sense. This age and this age. I can also use plt.show to get over the error. So in case you have two continuous value, this might make sense. Yeah, if you have two continuous values, so you can specify 2 points, then make scatter plot or line. You can specify line also. Okay, there is no line plot. So let's leave it to be scatter plot like this. Okay, so that is how you make plots. You perform your data analysis in Pandas, making use of plots. So thank you so much. I would like you to subscribe to my channel so you can get subsequent videos like this. So my channel is just all about data analysis, data science, machine learning, even web development. We use Python and some other programming language, MATLAB, to handle it. So it's a lot of knowledge you could get from here. Thank you so much.